Show.
Yourselves at home. I hope that you had a nice weekend. Try as I might, I counted sailors. Shout out to the sailors. It was Fleet Week and Fleet Weekend. And try as I might, I only saw 5 of you and it wasn't even in a bunch. Where was everybody? One of the highlights of my weekend was I had lunch with Jack A. Harry. It was a good one. It was a good one. It was a good one. So she was in New York and she called up and she was like, let's, and I was like, okay. The thing about Jack A, she's one of those types of people who knows everybody. She knows everybody and she's been around for a long time and her career has this like resurgence almost, you know, because you might know her from 227 and you might know her from, you know, other stuff. Yeah, Sister. And, but did you watch The Jeffersons? You know, like that, like that. Here at Wendy, we're about to take a 5-week hiatus this week. I mean, sorry, but me and the crew, we're clapping. And I told you already about this, and I told you I wanted to spend some time out in California, and Jack A is definitely one of those types of people I'd be like, hey girl, where's to hang out tonight? And she would always know. But she's in New York, she's doing a play or something like that. She's busy here. But that was fun, it was interesting. Thank you, Jack A. I know, if you could be a fly on the wall, that's what everybody says. If you could. Hey, did you hear about these naked pictures of Iggy Azalea? Well, what's she complaining about? She looks great. Now, I gotta tell you something. You can't see under the clothing, so I'll describe. All right. She's got giant pink areolas. There are a lot of men who love that. You know what I mean? Sometimes they, anyway. And she's got active nipples. And her hip to waist ratio, this was back in 2014, so I think she's gotten touched up a few times since then. But she admits that she took these pictures, right? Okay, first of all, she was posing for GQ magazine back in 2016. What'd I say, 14? I had a shaved porterhouse. It was delicious. Like, normally you go to Restoration Hardware, you're gonna buy some furniture and stuff, but in the meatpacking district here, and I had always heard it was a scene, but you know, so that's where Jack A and I went. It was a scene, all right, not a scene like in celebrity type scene, but just a scene like everybody was dressed well and the food was priced. Well, she paid, so. Free for me. Thanks, Jack A. Anyway, and the food was just delicious with a little au jus sauce. You didn't need hot sauce or anything like that. The au jus, you dip, you dunk, and she eats like me, so there was no problem picking with fingers and all like that. So anyway, Iggy and GQ magazine 2016, she took the pictures and she was gonna take them. She said she had seen a lot of actresses pose topless over the years and they were tasteful and she kind of wanted to do it. She'd just gotten her boobs done. She admitted that. Thank you for being honest. She just gotten her boobs done. She wanted to send a picture to her plastic surgeon. So one of the pictures where she was topless, she had her hands over her boobs. But then she finally got fully comfortable with the photographer, no doubt, and the cast and crew around her, because that's their job. You make the subject feel comfortable and let's get what we need and get out of here, you know? and photographers get paid a fortune. So Iggy finally got fully topless, and it went on the internet over the weekend, and so she's outraged, and she says that she's pissed that the photos were never deleted. So she wasn't pissed that they were taken, because she posed for them, but she was pissed that they weren't deleted. The naked ones were supposed to be for her doctor. No, we didn't see any, I didn't see any private area. Did you see private area?
No, but I guess chest is enough.
Chest is enough?
Yeah.
Well, consider the source. Ladies and gentlemen, consider the source. Where chest is too much. But they were nice, right?
Yeah, they were nice.
Why was she complaining? Anyway, and this was back when she was with Nick Young. They never had any children, they never got married, but she was with him at the particular time, and so she's gonna press criminal charges. They have to find out who the leaker is first, and she's pissed enough that she's deleted all of her social media. She's had it, she doesn't wanna read comments, she doesn't wanna read what you have to say about it. You know, I think it's a pretty smart idea for her to delete her social media only because the comments are the worst. But just because you delete yours doesn't mean that you've deleted, you know, the Shade Room or Perez Hilton or something. You know, you can go over there and see, because now people are talking about it because you're talking about it. I think it's everyone's fault that this happened to you, Iggy. Well, number one at fault, it's you, Iggy. You and you alone. I'll tell you why. Because whether you have assistants and handlers and all those people that come with her and meet her from her team at the set, you're still the boss of them. And a lot of times people don't stick to what they mean and tell you even though you're the boss. They're yes people. So it's your fault, number one. Then you can't blame the photographer, but I blame him also because the photographer had them in his camera. When you're a photographer, do you let people hold your camera? No. I don't let people hold my microphone during Ask Wendy. Are you out of your mind? On the radio, you know, most jocks always had their own headphones. You didn't do your show with your headphones. You didn't want to do them with anybody's. You just do them freestyle. Ick. It's just a thing, you know? A captain doesn't want you touching his wheel. So the photographer issued a statement. I don't know, you know, the photographer, he's obviously been around for a while. You know, he's got a little bit of gray hair. He's very handsome. He claims that the images were stolen from him, and he's part of the investigation as to find out who did it and why. He's Team Iggy. Well, somebody did it. Maybe it was an intern, maybe it was somebody from craft services, maybe it was the assistant of somebody there. You know, it was somebody. And they would have never gotten taken if Iggy, at the top of the fault list, didn't get so comfortable. And, you know, and then to get you real loose, if you want to drink, they got plenty of that at photo shoots. You can loosen you up. Next thing you know, you're sprawled out, legs akimbo. Look, Iggy. Iggy, quite frankly, this could help your career because we haven't heard from you in years. I mean, she's working on an album, something or another, but I still only know her really from Beyonce and being involved with Nick Young, and then everybody was so mean to her on the internet about that, she shut down her social media again. Well, this is the first time we talked about it on Hot Topics and went back to Australia to hide out because you were so mean to her. Listen, I guess take your fame any way you get it. You know, you're a beautiful girl. You know, you're not the best talent. I mean, you're talented. It's only Monday. Tuesday. Oh my gosh, don't you just love a short week?
Yes.
Oh. I love it. Anyway, Iggy, good luck. And when your album comes out, then people will see this is a warm up to your album. Hey, did you put these pictures out yourself? You know what I'm saying? Hey. Because you looked really good, you know what I mean? When you see the pictures, don't do it during the show, do it during a commercial or something. When you see the pictures, you're gonna be like, what's she complaining about? She looks terrific. Hey. Jack A goes to me, she goes, so with everything going on and stuff, do you feel like you're being nicer? I said, what do you mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? And so she says, well, everybody's talking. I'm like, I know. She said, well, I said, no, if anything, because if you talk about me now, I'm talking about you, but it's what I've always done. It's just that, I don't know. So, Iggy, I'll just leave it at that, dear. Good luck. Good luck. I almost started to believe her when I realized I was agreeing with Dionne Warwick. Dionne and I, we don't agree. We like each other, but in a weird kind of way. Dionne, I think that would be safe to say. Suzanne, do you remember when Dionne came to the show and shamed me for not standing because she's a legend?
Oh, I remember. We talked about it all the time.
And I was like, I didn't realize. Yes, that's me in the middle of a shamation. Yeah. So Dionne Warwick is being slammed by the Beyhive. Well, you know what, Dionne, I got your back. I must say. Only because I think I understand what she's saying. Okay, so she had this sit down with Essence.com and she said that Beyonce's not an icon. Well, honey, no, excuse me, sir, I clutched my pearls. There's a hater on aisle 1, Beyhive swarm him. And after that, munch on Norman. Oh. Who feels as though Beyonce is not an icon.
No, I did not say that.
Oh?
Well, what happened was, I said she's just not at the level of Michael Jackson.
And no. And Beyhive, I don't care what you think about me, but I happen to agree with you all today. I do think that she's at the level of Michael Jackson. I think that, hold on, and listen to why I'm saying what I'm saying. And then you could throw tomatoes. I feel like Beyonce has accomplished so much so fast, and most of it has to do with social media. Then, when you follow her on social media, you like what she's throwing at you. What she's giving you, you like her like that. It's not, Dionne comes from a generation, and I understand what she's saying. When Dionne thinks of an icon, first of all, I think it's a particular age that she's still stuck in. You know, an icon cannot be, a 40-something-year-old woman, An icon's got to be a lot older. Dionne probably also is of the mindset, like an icon comes from a family that scrubbed floors and had a cotton field or something like that. Something of real meager means and know-how, and then an icon is born. That would be Dionne Warwick. You know what I mean? Beyonce is a new, and so is Whitney. Whitney was coddled by her mother, Sissy, and Dionne, and of course Whitney's an icon. Of course she's an icon. But it's not Beyonce's fault that Matthew was making a handsome salary, 6 figures, doing his engineering thing, and that her mom owned a very popular hair salon. And they were driving nice cars and lived in a nice house to begin with. And she ran in heels, as opposed to, having kids when she was 15 and mom has one leg and dad, I've never seen in my life. And like sorry, the things that she's accomplished. And this is not to cheapen Beyonce's iconism, but I think that being called an icon these days is cheap. There are a lot of people that are called icons these days that aren't icon status. I can't think of any off the top of my head because I would definitely say it. And for a lot of classic icons like Dionne Warwick, they might be thinking like, well, will she be an icon in 70 years? Or excuse me, in 30 years? Yeah, people will still remember Beyonce's mark on the world in 30 years. Yes, Beyonce is an icon like Michael Jackson in my mind. Yes, and Prince was alive, but he was a living icon, and now he's a passed on icon. Is Usher an icon? Usher. I was just thinking the same, like, you're not an icon, but he's been around for a long time. But if Usher comes from the same cloth as Beyonce, then why is Beyonce an icon? Just something to sit on while we talk about the Spice Girls. That's all. Is Justin Bieber an icon? No. Okay, we'll stop that game. We'll stop. The Spice Girls finally kicked off that reunion tour that we've been talking about. That happened over the weekend. There's Mel B looking good in a cat suit. Jerry Holloway managed to get all the material in the fabric store and put on a nice mom outfit. There it is. She's all covered up like she wanted to be. And there are the rest of them, and no Posh is there. Well, the fans want their money back. Well, apparently this all happened on Friday night in Dublin. And fans were complaining that they couldn't hear the girls sing. Well, what do you need to hear them sing for? You know all the words to the songs. You know, it's not like it's not Celine Dion. Mel B assured them that they would fix the sound issues, but last night was no different in Wales. People were complaining again. Some people were walking out, others were wanting their money back. See, why the complaint? It doesn't even matter whether you can hear or not. There's certain concerts, like when you go to them, it can become a social scene. Like all of a sudden, because you can't hear them sing, but all you can hear is the music. So you got a nice little soundtrack. There are people all around you that you don't know. Socialize. It's no longer rude to get on your social media and socialize with people because look up on stage. You get it together. And just turn it into a whole social thing, you know? And besides, if you go on opening night Ireland and second night Wales, then you have to expect that the kinks are still being ironed out for the tour. I mean, if they're doing, say, a 15-city tour, and I don't know how many cities they're going to, it's probably not gonna be good until the 14th city. You know? And if I was a real Spice Girls fan, it wouldn't stop me from seeing them in the future. If you have tickets for their show, just go ahead and see them. If the sound works, great. If it doesn't work, socialize. You know what I mean? Socialize. Oh, by the way, the Spice World is the name of the tour. It begins tomorrow night, or continues rather tomorrow night in Manchester, so good luck. I hate this story because this show is so wrong, it's so right. It's about OJ. I'm just laughing because OJ won the Who'd You Rather game again in Hot Topics meeting. And I know he's a killer, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. To the Goldman family and the Brown family, I apologize for that. Anyway, OJ's former manager is claiming that OJ bragged about having sex with Kris Jenner, honey, in a jacuzzi. After OJ sat in the... After OJ was sitting there with 3 of his buddies. I don't have a man, but if I did and I walked in on him within 4 men in a jacuzzi, I'd walk right out. That's it. Just that alone. Hold on. Hold on, because are we operating like this is all Hot Topics today? I don't recall any guests coming here on today's show.
No, it's a Hot
correct?
Topics Tuesday.
Oh my God, this is the best. Oh God. All right, so now look, now look. All right, so I'm gonna give you the visual, believe me you. So the guy's name is Norman Pardo, and Norman Pardo managed OJ during the juicy years from 1999 to 2012. Mr. Pardo knows everything. And he's shopping his own docu-series, or documentary, a one-off, called Who Killed Nicole? Now, please, come to your TV. Okay. Pardo is claiming that OJ hooked up with Kris in a hot tub in 1991. And let me just, all right, hang on to every word as you observe 4 men in a hot tub. Take a look.
From what OJ told me, the moment was, from what he told me, was when they were in the jacuzzi.
And something happened.
Yes, OJ said he stood up, pulled his shorts down, and he said her eyes, I give exactly what he said, he said her eyes bugged out of her head. And he said, I that bee until I broke her.
Let me just say, I don't believe a word. Not Kris. You've got to be kidding me with that story, Mr. Pardo. Are you available to come here to this show, please? Me and you need to have a long conversation. Okay. There was always word, though, that OJ and Kris hooked up. You know, and then Nicole found out, and Nicole and Kris weren't as cool as Kris says that they were. Kris has always denied that they've ever had an affair, and OJ has always denied that they've ever had an affair. Clap if you believe Kris and OJ. That's a fun family. I've moved on from OJ being Chloe's father, though. Oh, grow up. Do we have the picture of the hairdresser?
No, we don't.
Isn't it nice when the kids grow up? I'll tell you, look at Sasha Obama. She went to the prom this weekend, right? All grown up, going to the prom. Yeah. They make a nice looking couple. I don't know what prom she's going to. I think it's the senior prom though. It must be her school. I'm not sure that she's going to his prom. Maybe she's going to both, I don't know. The word is that she got into I think the University of Michigan or something like that. If she's a senior. Or maybe she's a junior and that's where she wants to go. Anyway, good looking Sasha Obama. And we've got more great show for you, everybody. Keep it here. Up next, we've got the inside scoop on Adam Levine. Shocking, he's leaving The Voice. So grab a snack and come on back.